but you actually did offer me the ass one time.
Dr. Drew says you could get a prolapsed anus from that shit. Once you hit 80, your ass is like, why'd you have to take it in the pooper that one time? Now you're gonna have to carry me around with you all day.
Welcome to the show!
All right. Horns up, metalheads. It's time for another edition of Rock and Metal Revival. How are you doing, buddy?
Doing okay. How are you?
I'm good, man.
That intro's funny, though.
That is funny.
Don't want to carry that around with you.
I know. That's how I feel.
I tell you, you look like you're dragging it around with you. Where's that behind you?
Hey, coming up on the show today, we want to welcome back lead singer of the band Trauma, Donnie Hilliar. He'll be on the show. They've got a new CD out called Rapture and Wrath. And if you're
30-something years in the
31
making.
years. I mean, Guns N' Roses and Def Leppard don't got shit on these guys.
Yeah, these guys. Yeah, that's awesome. How do you do?
And how do you explain it, brother? Some 80s thrash metal?
80s, it's not really thrash.
No?
No. It's just 80s
hard rock metal. All right.
Yeah, it's good stuff, man.
It's coming up next hour. And as usual, we've got news of the weird, news you can't use, and just a bunch of other nonsense and bullshit that we usually throw out here on the Rock and Metal Revival.
Oh, yeah. And Steve finally heard our shout-out.
Who did?
Steve Reamer.
Did he?
Finally heard it. He's like, oh, man, that's cool. Thanks.
All right, well, hey, Steve. And then we also want to say...
But don't do it anymore.
No, we want to say...
Now you have to pay.
Yeah,
if you want any more, you have to pay.
Want to say hello
cash.
To all our affiliates, KLOL,
Cha-ching.
KKZR,
Cha-ching.
Mega Rock Radio,
Cha-ching.
Uncontrolled Noise,
Cha-ching.
SpreakerRadio.com,
Cha-ching.
iTunes,
They suck money. Cha-ching.
iTunes, and iHeartRadio.
Oh, wow, we got...
All right.
Yeah.
There's got to be somebody listening to us.
No.
Dude, I'm serious.
There isn't, man.
All right.
It's just for our own entertainment and
Excellent.
stupidity.
Well, let's kick this show off with a band that I really dig and can't wait to hear their new CD with new vocalist John Corabi. Here's the Dead Daisies from the EP Face I Love. This is Helter Skelter on Rock and Metal Revival.
It's such a happy tune, too. What do you expect from the Dead Daisies? Not the live daisies or happy daisies or whimsical daisies.
I just like tulips on my organ. I don't care about daisies. There's UFO and Lights Out on Rock and Metal Revival. And before that, little Michael Schenker.
Wow, really?
You fired up, brother?
I am. Did you see them on Did you see him on that metal show?
No, I didn't.
No?
No.
With Kirk Hammett? Oh, man.
You got it on DVR?
Yeah. We'll have to watch it because fucking
Yeah.
Michael's just so... He outclassed him so bad.
Dude, I figured it out. You know, we've been trying to get meet and greet passes.
He didn't shred, but just tasty. Huh?
We've been trying to get meet and greet passes for Michael Schenker for
Yeah,
years.
yeah,
You know
they
how?
want cash.
I'll tell you how we're going to do this.
That's cash. We're
No.
just going to go...
We're just going to walk up to the bus. We're going to bang on the fucking door.
You know who the fuck we are?
Exactly. We're going to have our Rock and Metal Revival business cards.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and say, hey,
yeah.
MF.
If it wasn't for us, you wouldn't be here.
Yeah, nobody even know who you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're the ones who broke you guys.
Yeah, who the fuck do you think you are? So, we'll see how that works.
Yeah.
Are you with me?
It's going to take somebody breaking out the checkbook to
You know what? Either that or
anymore.
hey,
That's what it is anymore.
dude, I'm just going to go up there and I'm saying, hey, I'm from Child Services, and I'm here to get a check.
Oh, damn.
I'm sorry,
Man,
that dude.
That's bad.
I'm gonna. That's the last.
We're going to have...
That's the last child support joke I'm doing.
Yeah. He's caught up, I think. He's got one of the kids working
He's got
for
one
him.
of the kids working for him. Yeah.
Yeah.
So looking forward to that. I really dig the new Michael Schenker album.
Yeah, it's good. It's got some cool... I like that howler. He's got that howler on the one song. I forgot what it was called. Something in the Night or something.
Yeah.
Or you can hear this weird guitarish kind of sound.
A guitarish sound out of Michael Schenker?
Yeah, it's got a little bit of... It sounds a little guitarish. But he fucking tore Kirk Hammett up.
Did he?
They were just playing this like a UFO kind of riff and
Yeah.
just trading solos back and forth for a couple measures each for about 3-4 minutes. And fucking, Michael's just... His vocabulary on a guitar is just something totally different from anybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Just very melodic.
We're going to watch it after this?
We're going to watch it, yeah.
Okay. All right, so we got that. We're going to be down there on Saturday night seeing that show.
So if you're there, avoid us.
Yeah, if you see us, give us a finger. We'll know you listen.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, that'd be
Appreciate
awesome.
it.
So coming up, we've got News of the Weird, and there's plenty of that.
Oh, yeah?
Dude, you ever go on Facebook? I mean, there's some weird story every fucking hour.
Oh, yeah.
So
that's instant news. They gotta fill it with something so they find all the stupid stuff.
besides all the political shit.
Yeah, we stay out
of that. All right, so getting back to the music, what do you say we play some Udo?
Udo, yes. This is live Udo.
Right, live from Moscow. This is Metal Machine on Rock and Metal Revival.
Now, is this from Moscow, like Russia, or Moscow, Wisconsin?
Who knows? Let's hear how many people are there. Then we'll know.
Oh, okay. And you listen for cowbell and cheese factories, and cows.
And Go Pack Go. From the CD Sin After Sin, there's Judas Priest and Diamonds and Rust, the old Joan Baez classic. How come we don't play that version, dude?
I know, we should. We should probably break out the original versions of all the cover songs, like Green Man Alicia by Fleetwood Mac. Yeah, I wonder what that sounds like. See, some of them you never even heard the original.
No.
You know? And you don't really want to.
I was wondering, when I put that on the playlist, I was wondering if you would pull the Ripper version. From Live in London?
No, that one's not as good as the 98 one.
Yeah.
The Metal Meltdown 98.
Yeah.
When he did, I just don't like to repeat it too often.
Yeah.
But yeah, his version of that is
Ripper
just
kills
amazing
on that.
when you do it.
So
hitting notes that frickin' nobody can hit.
I wonder what the hell Ripper's doing. Probably down in a cover band down in South America.
Everybody else's stuff and just having a good time jamming with all the rock stars. You know.
I don't know why he doesn't. I don't know why he doesn't do another Beyond Fear album.
Probably just doesn't have the funding. He's probably having too much fun just doing whatever the hell and not having that commitment because he's got a family. He's got his bar.
Yeah,
he's got his restaurant.
And if Aiken's drinking there, you know he's got to restock all the time.
Oh man, how does he afford it?
Yeah, but you know, the thing I'm saying is you know, if a lot of these bands can do Kickstarter programs,
that's probably why he's touring all the time.
But I mean, if they can do Kickstarter programs to support a lot of albums, you sure as hell know that Ripper Owens could do a Kickstarter.
Oh yeah.
So, all right, time for News of the Weird. And Jerry, I mean, I know you've.
I didn't look at any of these.
No, you didn't look at any of them? All right. Truck driver pleads guilty to trading $50,000 worth of lunch meat for crack.
For crack!
Seems like a lot of baloney to me.
That's got to be a lot of baloney.
All right. An Arkansas truck driver pleaded guilty to trading $50,000 worth of lunch meat for crack cocaine. Larry Ron Bowen. Now, you know he's a hillbilly. He's got three names. Was sentenced on Monday to a year in inpatient drug treatment and 6 years of probation.
Dang.
He also must pay $18,500 in restitution.
Because, is that how much crack he got back?
I don't know.
How much crack did he get?
Bowen, 45, of Arkansas, Mableville, Arkansas.
$50,000 worth of crack?
Was hired last June to deliver $50,000 worth of lunch meat to locations in Alabama and Florida. But Bowen never delivered the meat, according to prosecutors. You know, that sounds like...
I'm fucking tired of driving this shit around. Hey, man, you know what I'd like to do? I could go for a hit of crack. I think I'm going to pull over and see if I could just...
A lot of lonely women are accusing Larry of not delivering the meat either. Officers told the station they found Bowen near the truck eating lunch meat sandwiches with his crack.
Yeah, you really don't want to be accused of that.
No. Brit arrested of urinating in Florida hotel ice machine.
And where?
Florida.
Ain't that what they do on the ice machines in Florida?
I do. I mean,
that's how they fill them.
Yeah, you fill the urinals full of ice. All right. The British man vacationing in Orlando, Florida, got a chance to tour the local jail after he allegedly urinated in the ice machine at his hotel. Andrew Wood, 41, was arrested Tuesday morning after security officers at the Hard Rock Hotel reported a very intoxicated man in the lobby. The security guard told the police that he had seen Wolf whizzing into the ice machine, but said the suspect refused several times to identify himself or the room.
Nice.
The guard gave Wood the option of staying in his room for the night. The suspect refused, which then the police were called. A responding officer said Wood smelled of alcohol and kept making random outbursts, according to the Orlando Sentinel. Wood pleaded guilty to the misdemeanor on Tuesday and was sentenced to a day in jail, a $500 fine. Rooms at the Orlando Hard Rock Hotel averaged nearly $300 a night.
Nice.
The Orange County Jail is free, but it is by invite only.
Nice. What a dumbass, man.
Wonder if you got one of those like Hard Rock jail.
There's a little wang to this ice.
Hey, honey,
This
my Mountain
drink,
Dew tastes like...
it's really dewy.
Yeah.
It's like dewy. Really got something. Yeah.
Chiropractor performs exorcism and barters for sex with patients.
Well, isn't that what all chiropractors do?
An Iowa chiropractor is out of business after authorities
it's Iowa.
It's Iowa.
See, they don't really specify.
Iowa stands for idiots out wandering around.
And this is one of
Yeah,
them.
busted for performing exorcisms and treating patients in exchange for sex. Charles Manuel surrendered his license and but he could apply to get it back in 10 years. As part of the settlement he reached with the Iowa Board of Chiropractors.
Oh,
the board has accused.
Get his license back. Good.
The board has accused the Southern Iowa-based chiropractor of unethical conduct.
It's Southern Iowa too.
Yeah.
So that explains
below the Des
bartering.
Moines line.
That explains the sex bartering thing.
The case.
That's what they do when they grocery shop.
I guess the case just stunned residents.
I guess.
In the little town of Lamoni, Iowa, population 2,300. Salute! Right from Hee Haw.
Wow.
Here's another one. Florida cop. The crack is not for me, it's for my wife.
The cops.
No, this is what the
Florida
police officer arrested on suspicion of purchasing cocaine reportedly told arresting officers, the crack is not for me, it's for my wife.
Nice.
Christopher Heredia, 25, of Sweetwater Police Department, was arrested after Miami-Dade cops witnessed him allegedly purchasing drugs in a Walgreens parking lot. Yeah.
Why is he purchasing them? He can just go bust
some kids and take them.
Fucking whip out your badge and take them. Hey, this is undercover sting, guys. Don't fucking bust me.
During the traffic stop, Heredia told officers he was an off-duty PO who had been relieved. Wow. Police reported that Heredia was stuttering and appeared nervous. I bet he was.
No shit.
Trembling hands, according to NBC Miami. The subsequent search revealed a baggie of crack cocaine in the driver's side floorboard, as well as 3 Xanax pills.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, he was going to mellow out afterwards.
Yeah, exactly. He's going to take them at the same time and nothing's going to happen. Heredia was charged with purchasing cocaine, possession of a controlled substance, and possession of drug paraphernalia. He was released on $13,500 bond.
Dang.
Yeah.
Is that Florida again?
Yeah.
Imagine that. That's weird.
I know. I got to tell my dad to get the hell out of there. And last but not least, Tulsa man smashes roommate with beer bottle in iPhone versus Android argument. Stabbing a guy who doesn't agree with your charts on smartphones doesn't seem very smart. Police in Tulsa, Oklahoma arrested a man who allegedly did this to his roommate early Friday morning.
Nice.
Officers say Elias Acevedo, 21, and his roommate Hario Mendez got highly intoxicated in the parking lot of an apartment complex where they lived, and at some point began arguing over which cell phone, Android or Apple, was better. During the argument, Acevedo allegedly struck Mendez in the back of the head with a beer bottle.
See, this is what's wrong with alcohol. If you're smoking dope, you can't throw your pipe at somebody. It's not going to hurt them, you know?
Yeah.
And like if me and you were arguing over cell phones and we're high, is there going to be any violence other than a finger flipped at each other?
Remember, we were high.
Yeah, if we were high.
If we did that kind of thing.
If these guys were stoned instead of fucking drunk, they'd have laughed fucking whole thing off.
Exactly.
There'd have been no violence there at all. But alcohol's cool, but fucking dope's bad. Don't get me on my fucking soapbox, because I don't have a ramp to get down.
Yeah, get off that. All right, that's going to wind up News of the Weird. And coming up, we've got news you can't use. But right now, here's a little Saxon.
Some Saxon?
Yeah.
What do we got?
Dallas, 1 p.m.
Oh, man.
On Rock and Metal Revival.
I'm watching Madman or whatever on Netflix. So I'm watching that. And that's just right at the point where they're at, man, in history, in the back in the 60s or whatever. That was 60s, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
63.
I remember
Cool.
that. I remember that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
wasn't born yet.
Me either.
But, you know.
It was my first life.
Yeah.
Here's your latest hard rock and metal news on Rock and Metal Revival.
All right, metalheads, it's time for talking real metal news you can't use. What's that?
Breaking out the paper.
What do you?
For your newspaper.
Oh, I thought you were rolling papers.
Oh, no, they're not that.
Not that big.
No.
Okay,
No.
okay,
Yeah.
Cheech, here we go. Vince Neil performs Motley Crue hits at Toyota Grand Prix of Long Beach.
Hopefully he was performing it during the race so you couldn't
nobody could hear him.
So nobody had to suffer.
Sebastian Bach falls on stage during opening song of Beverly Hills concert, blames bassist. He probably thought it was Rachel Bolan.
Hey, everybody blames the bassist.
Yeah, I gotta blame him.
Yeah, it's normally what you do, right?
Yep.
Fuck it, fire the bassist.
Don't tell Anthony that.
Yeah, I know.
Slayer's Tom Araya says Jeff Hanneman's death brought the band closer together. Well, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, well.
They're coming to Milwaukee. Slayer is.
Oh, yeah? You going?
I don't know. I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, it might be cool.
Hailstorms Into the Wildlife cracks the U.S. top 5. We're going to go see them in a couple weeks.
Yeah, let's see how good they are live.
Yep.
See what it sounds like live. That'd
Kerry
be cool.
King doesn't know how anybody can be in Megadeth with Crazy Dave Mustaine.
Crazy Dave. Crazy Dave.
You know Kerry King don't give a shit.
Yeah, it's Crazy Dave.
Yeah. Well, and then he already said his new guitarist is the best guitarist ever to play in Megadeth.
I saw that in the news.
Yeah, that's got to make guys like Marty Friedman happy.
Yeah.
Chris
I know.
Broderick.
Yeah.
What an asshole.
No, it's true to him now because but in a year or so he's going to be like, man, I'm so fucking sick of this Kiko dude. Let's get somebody else
Well,
that I can pay $50 less a week.
Well, he is better than you, Dave.
Yeah.
Anyways, Metallica's No Life to Leather was one of the top-selling releases on Record Store Day. I almost went and got that.
I don't have a cassette player.
Neither do I.
Man, I already bought a fucking turntable. I ain't buying a damn cassette player, too.
I could go into a long story about this, but new Red Dragon Cartel vocalist sings wrong Ozzy Osbourne song at debut gig. Sang the wrong words to Now You See It to Ultimate Sin music. Did you see it? Did you see the video?
I didn't watch it.
Oh, God.
I gotta see. I gotta watch it. Just to
you've
see
gotta
how
see-
it's fucking possible.
You've got to see Anthony and Jake look at each other.
But as far as being a vocalist is probably the hardest fucking thing because you got to remember all these fucking words. You're just a guitar player. You're just fucking playing these riffs, or you're just playing this thing you repeated over and over. When you're singing, you got all these fucking words and you got all these different songs. Yeah, the guy must have. I know they can't afford a fucking teleprompter, so.
I asked Anthony the other day. I said, "Does Jake do any publicity? Does he do any interviews or anything besides Eddie Trunk?"
Yeah, no.
And he said,
No.
I'll get back to you on that.
Yeah, I doubt it. That'd be cool, though.
That would be really cool.
Yeah.
Megadeth, we don't need that. Courtney Love says she and Kurt Cobain made a sex tape. Jesus, H.
Oh, good. I hope nobody sees it.
I'd rather watch the new Bruce Jenner and Kris Jenner go at it than watch Courtney Love.
Oh, yuck.
Motley Crue announces 21 more North American tour dates on the tour that'll never end.
Because it's a farewell one,
Yeah.
just like the Kiss tour. It's like, come on. You've been through the fucking play. You've been through the U.S., twice already.
Yeah.
Enough.
Kiss guitarist Tommy Thayer is not a stay-in-the-hotel-room kind of guy. What the fuck's that mean?
I don't know. Means he's not sitting there drinking and... No, he's out partying out all the time.
What the hell does it mean?
I don't know. Maybe he means he's coming out.
Yeah, hiding in the closet. Def Leppard doesn't need to release new music to sell concert tickets.
It's a good fucking thing because
Yeah. Anything
if
you
it
put out
relied on
sucks.
that, if it relied on that, you'd be playing a little club in England,
Yeah.
and that'd be fucking it.
You guys would be playing down at the fucking Thirsty Badger here in town. AC/DC's Phil Rudd pleads guilty to drug possession and threatening to kill charges.
Dang.
Yeah,
he
he-
just said, "Fuck it." I
lost his mind,
I
yeah.
lost my job.
Yeah.
Might as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 hots and a cot. Might as
Wonder
well get
what
a place to stay.
Wonder how long he's gonna get.
I don't know. Zach Wilde, Yngwie Malmsteen, Michael Schenker, Alex Skolnick are set for Axes and Anchors cruise.
Is Yngwie in there?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the only. I would not want to be stuck on a cruise ship with Yngwie because he might have to unleash the fucking fury. And I don't want to
got
be
that clip?
stuck on I can find it. I release the fucking fury. I don't want to fucking be stuck on a ship
dipshit
in the middle of the ocean with him.
All right, Metallica to play 2 special shows in Quebec City in September. And Bret Michaels wants to decorate your home. Hey, you know, the other night...
Well, he can't sing.
Yeah.
He can't.
Dude, did you see what happened the other night? In Florida, Ricky Rocket, CeCe DeVille, Bobby Dahl, and Brandon Gibbs did a show together. Brandon was the lead singer with the other 3 members of Poison without Bret.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Oh.
And they might do some more gigs.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Who the fuck needs Bret? Bret's...
When you got talent like CeCe DeVille,
yeah.
who needs Bret?
I saw pictures. I saw pictures of that fucking Flying V was beautiful.
Yeah.
He had a really cool guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah, with nice quilted maple top. That's all I care about. The rest of it, I don't care.
You know, in honor of CeCe DeVille, let's play this one.
Are we going to play some Poison?
No, we're going to this is a no poison zone.
This is a poison-free zone.
That's right. We're going to play one from the album Year of the Cock.
Oh, yeah.
This is Big Cock, and this is Bad Motherfucker on Rockin' Metal Revival.
Another song you want to gather the kids around. Yeah.
And sing this one to the kids on the summer family trip this year.
It's a good one. Lullaby.
Hey, Corey, get all your friends who are sitting around getting ready for the CMS to sing this one with you.
Yeah, sing it all and then record it and then put out a cover version for us. We'd like to hear that.
This portion of Rockin' Metal Revival is brought to you by...
I invented my own kind of grass, too. Did you know that? Look at this. This is registered. Carl Spackler Bench.
Oh, yeah, I've felt grass like this before. I've played on this.
This is a hybrid. This is a cross, bluegrass, Kentucky bluegrass, featherbed bench, and Northern California sensimilla. The amazing stuff about this is that you can play 36 holes on it in the afternoon, take it home, and just get stoned to the bejesus belt that night on this stuff.
There's Arcade and Screamin' SOS. You recognize the lead vocalist in that band, brother?
Was that Jizzy Pearl?
Stephen Pearcy.
It wasn't Jizzy?
No.
Oh.
No.
Really?
I really dug...
Yeah, that was cool.
Stephen Pearcy and along with Freddie Curry.
Sounded like the guy from Rat.
That's who it was. You smoke another one, goofball. All right, coming up... We've got, I can't even remember. Donnie Hilliar from the band Trauma. They've got a new album out called Rapture and Wrath.
We shouldn't record the show after 4:20, man.
No, not at all. Rapture and Wrath, and I couldn't believe when you sent me the text today that they put us in their liner notes.
Yeah, we're in the liner notes. I was reading through because I like to know who wrote the songs and stuff, and So thank Chris Aiken and Classic Model Show, and then I read a little bit further, and it was Fred and Jerry in the Rock Metal Revival.
So if you ever want to get a repeat appearance on this show...
you ever want to get back on the show, you better put out an album and put us in the liner notes and let us know about it.
Yeah, exactly.
He didn't let us know about it.
We had to find out ourselves.
Which is cool.
Yeah.
Big surprise.
It's like our birthdays,
cool. Yeah.
All right, so kicking it off, we're going to play one off the new album, Rapture and Wrath. This is called When I Die. It's Trauma on Rockin' Metal Revival.
And this is the ballad, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's brand new music from Trauma. It's called When I Die on Rockin' Metal Revival. And, brother, that's from a brand new album called Rapture and Wrath, and I'm really digging it.
I'm digging it, too, man. I've been listening to it the last few days, just kicking my ass.
All right. Well, we want to welcome back lead vocalist of Trauma to the show, Donnie Hilliar. Welcome to the show, Donnie.
Thank you very much, Red and Jerry, and all the listeners at the Rockin' Metal Revival Show. It's good to be back on the show. Thank you very much.
It's great to have you. Hey, Donnie, I want to know right off the bat, how does it feel to have your first new album in 31 years?
It felt long overdue, and I think we talked in the past, how just time flew by, and the musicians were all busy doing other projects, and it just, getting people in the same place at the same time took way longer than you would ever imagine. But to answer your question, it feels great to have something out. It was getting tiresome being known as a band that did one album back in the 80s. And, of course, that was the reality of it. So we got together and with a new lineup and did the Rapture and Wrath album, and now that that's out, we're starting to work on songs for yet another album. We want to keep going.
Well, Def Leppard and Guns N' Roses got nothing on you with 31 years.
I know, Boston too.
Yeah. So, hey, I guess the question I wanted to do is, now that we find out, hear these new songs of Rapture and Wrath, I was wondering, were those written in the last couple of years, or were those ones you had shelved back from the 80s, or was this all new writing?
That's all new writing. The band has a new guitarist, Kurt Fry, and Kurt. Those songs all started with Kurt bringing either pretty well developed songs or riffs and chord progressions to the band. In a few cases, just Kurt and I worked up in advance and then showed the songs to the band. But they all started with Kurt, and then we put the songs together. But it was all new material.
So did it all come from like jamming together, or did you and Kurt work on the side?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it was jamming so much as all those ideas had structure to them. When Kurt brought them in, they would have like maybe an intro or verses and a chorus, maybe a refrain. So and then some of the songs built over a short period of time, but it wasn't jamming so much. Not really.
Yeah.
Hey, now, Donnie, do you see yourself fighting the label of Cliff Burton's band before Metallica, or do you embrace that part of your band's history?
Oh, we embrace it. It's, Kurt was, Cliff was a fantastic guy, and even after he left Trauma, we were proud of him, and we remained friends, and so no, he was a great person, and I'm glad that I got to know him and be friends and play in a band with him.
How hard was he to replace, though, huh?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, it was a disappointment. Lucas Advincula stepped in and replaced him, and he's a competent bass player, not the showman Cliff was. And of course, Cliff was the original bassist and a longtime friend of the members of the band. So it wasn't quite the same kind of dynamic with Lucas, but it just was what had to be.
Now, tell us about the current lineup that you've got going of Trauma.
Well, there's a lot of history among the members of the band. Kurt Fry, the guitarist, back in the 80s, I was in a band with him. In the 90s, he was in a band with the drummer, Chris Gustafson. In the 80s, Kurt was in a band with the new bass player, Steve Rebello. So, it's that kind of thing, this kind of almost like, long-term associations, and we had all these people in the right place at the right time to have a new lineup. Steve was actually the guitarist in a band called Dublin Death Patrol. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I've heard of him.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, was Scott Ian in that or something? Or
that was with they had two singers, and you guys know them both. It was Steve Zetro Souza from Exodus and Chuck Billy from
Testament.
That's what I'm thinking of. Okay, that's what I'm thinking of.
Yep, and so Steve grew up in Dublin, California, with those guys, so they go a ways back. So so there's some history among the members of the new lineup.
Now, Donnie, from talking to a lot of the bands we have on the show, they say that the only way that they're making money anymore is from merch and touring. Do you have any plans to tour in the U.S. or Europe in the near future?
Oh, we'd love to. We don't have any immediate touring plans right now. That is what we would like to do and what we'd like to focus on, putting together a team that can help us do that very thing. But that's true, but with, of course, digital downloading and all that, it's sucked the money out of the recording industry. Although, vinyl, as you know, is making a comeback.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
But yeah, it is touring and merchandising.
Is this available on vinyl? Because I'm a vinyl dude now.
It's going to be, and I'm sorry I've forgotten the date, but I saw on the Pure Steel Records website they had announced a date that the album would be out on vinyl.
Oh, cool! I'd definitely get a copy of that. Yeah, I love vinyl, man. Vinyl's cool.
I gave away my turntable, so if I'm going to get back into it, I got to do something there. But,
yeah. I had to start all over. I had to go get the
turntable. I can
and
imagine. I didn't have any foresight on that. I didn't see that happening all over again. But
no, it's kind of cool though, man. I like the sound of records. They just sound different. Now on this album, you got the. It sounds like a 80s. It sounds like this could have came out in the 80s. The way it sounds, is that what you guys were going for, sound-wise, production-wise?
I think, well, in part that was the engineer that we recorded with, and I don't know that we sat down and said we're going to sound like that, but it did happen kind of organically with the people involved.
Yeah, it's cool. I like it. Now, are there any songs on the album you think could have benefited from some cowbell? Because I think...
well, every song benefits from cowbell.
Yeah, the whole album just, it's like, man, there's a couple songs there that are just begging for some cowbell. But
let's see. I guess, I guess The Long Way Home could use a cowbell.
Yeah, see? Yeah, that's what I thought. I was thinking that could definitely happen. That would be good.
Yep.
Hey,
we're thinking alike.
Hey, Donnie, now, if fans want to keep up with Trauma, and where can they buy your CDs and keep up with the latest news on you guys?
Well, we do have a website, and in fact, Chris, the drummer, just called me this morning and said that the new website is up. I haven't seen it myself yet.
I have.
It's
cool.
Okay, it's traumametal.com, and so there's that, and then on Facebook we are Trauma USA, and those are two places. As far as where to buy the CD, it's kind of at all the usual suspects for outlets, iTunes and Amazon, and I've noticed there's quite a difference in price range depending on where you're shopping for it. There's a lot of foreign sites, of course, that have it, but yeah, just do your shopping, and it's there. I mean, there's just page after page of outlets that are offering it.
Well, very cool.
And then, like I said, if you're interested in vinyl, that will be out soon. And I'm sorry, I don't remember the date. It was something in either April or May.
Cool.
But PureSteelRecords.com, they have an announcement for that.
All right, we'll have to get you a copy, brother.
Definitely.
All right, well, we like to play another tune off the new CD called Rapture and Wrath. Red and Jerry give this 2 thumbs up, and go out and check it out. But the tune we're going to play here is called Egypt. Donnie, can you tell us a little bit about this one?
Yeah, it's kind of a political song, and so the lyrics really take you from the time of the ancient gods, the sun god Ra from Egypt, and then making the point lyrically that the people wanted to replace the god, and brings us to the turmoil in Egypt and that part of the world today. And it's just there's some spiritual, religious, political meaning to the lyrics.
All right, very cool. Well, we're going to crank it up right now. Donnie Hilliar, thank you so much for coming on Rock and Metal Revival.
Oh, thank you, Red and Jerry.
There's Lizzie Hale in Hailstorm, and you call me a bitch like it's a bad thing on Rock and Metal Revival. And dude, we want to thank Donnie Hilliar from Trauma for coming back on the show. You had the guts to come back twice.
Yeah, he's got some guts, man.
Yeah, not very many people, unless they're friends with us, to actually come back on the show again.
Yeah, it's the cowbell question.
It is.
It throws them.
It throws them way off.
Yeah.
Well, coming up this weekend, hey, is Shanker playing a cowbell? Are there going to be any cowbell in the Schenker?
There's a series. I never even asked him about it
Yeah?
because there's hardly. I don't think any songs have cowbell. I think he's. I'd
Think
probably
he's anti-cowbell?
from Germany. Maybe he might be
Oh.
totally anti-cowbell because there's not any songs that I can
Okay.
recognize that had cowbell in it.
All right, so Saturday night, we're going down to Chicago. We're going to see Michael Schenker. We need to take some business cards.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Some sticks.
Some sticks.
Big sticks like, drumsticks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and we're going to walk up and we're going to act like we're in the band.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah. I just throw a guitar. Grab a guitar case.
We'll take that one.
Just take an empty guitar case.
We'll just take that one with
us. Hey, I got Michael. Just set his guitar up, man.
Yeah.
Here, I got to take
Hey,
this
see if
back.
this will work for Michael, will you, please?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Take a couple flying V's here.
All right, so we'll have the adventures of Red and Jerry. It'll be kind of like Bill and Ted. Next week we'll find.
But it won't be an excellent journey.
If we're here next week, you'll know that we either got to meet Michael Schenker, didn't get to meet Michael Schenker, or if we're not here, we went to jail.
Yeah, that could be.
That could happen.
Yeah.
All right, and then
because we wouldn't take not meeting Michael Schenker.
we didn't take it very well.
No,
because they didn't know who we were.
Yeah, because we'll probably be drunk off our asses because we like to do
you're
that.
a huge drinker.
We like to do that.
Yep. So as once again, we're going to get out of here. We've got a big show coming up with Blackstone Cherry May 1st down in Rockford.
Yeah.
And as we always say on this show, don't drink and drive, smoke and fly. There you go, brother. Here's Blackstone Cherry. This is Peace Pipe. What a great way to end this show.
I got a peace pipe right here, man.
Awesome.
Yeah, firing this up.
Let's fire up on Rock and Metal Revival.
This brings to an end another edition of Rock and Metal Revival. If you enjoyed it, tell a friend. If you didn't, tell two. Until next time, this is Rock and Metal Revival.
Dude, this is fucking weak. How could things be any worse?
To catch the whole show of Rock and Metal Revival, all you have to do is check it out on these affiliates. Mega Rock Radio's on Saturdays from 11 a.m. Eastern Time, on Rock 101 KLOL on Saturdays 11 p.m. Eastern, on Z-Rock 106.9 KKZR Sundays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and on Uncontrolled Noise Tuesdays at 1 a.m., Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and on Saturday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern on uncontrollednoise.com. And make sure that you leave them a message and tell them that you found Rock and Metal Revival on their stations. Enjoy this edition of Rock and Metal Revival.